Yo, welcome to my second YouTube video. Today we're doing the Blu-ray collection because I told you guys I would do it after I did my DVD one. If you guys have not seen the DVD one, please check it out. So yeah, I don't have as many. I only have 2 shelves, but we're still gonna go over them and talk through them. Again, there's gonna be some I have not seen, so you just gotta deal with that. First up is American Psycho. I talked about this in the last video. I love this movie. I think it's really well done. I like how the ending, they make you figure it out, which I like a lot. So yeah, it's just a great movie. It's been talked about a lot, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. Atomic Blonde, I've never seen it. Has a good cast. It has James McAvoy in it. And I heard it's pretty good, but I have not watched it yet. Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is underrated. Overhated, I would say. Not underrated, overhated. It's a good movie. Okay, I like it. It's the best Ant-Man movie for sure. Don't care what anyone says about that. Are we there yet? This is another childhood movie for me. Another movie I watched on loop. And yeah, I like it a lot. I found this on Blu-ray. I didn't even know they made it on Blu-ray. I swear I looked that up and then they didn't. And then I found it, so I still love that movie. I watched it quite often. I'm not going to talk about Breaking Bad because I can make a whole video on that show. I love this show. So I'll just tell you guys my favorite season is season 4. Right here. This is my favorite season. So yeah. I love that show though. It's great. And I have all the seasons. Right here is the final one, which is the only one on Blu-ray. These ones are on DVD. Because I didn't feel like I just wanted to own it. I didn't want to own it to watch it. Bad Grandpa, I have not seen this. Bought it because I like Jackass. But I have not watched it yet. Blockers. This is a really good comedy that I like a lot. It's really funny. And John Cena is actually really good in this. Even though I don't care for his acting in most movies, he's really good in this movie. It's just fun. It's funny. I know some people shit on it, but I have fun with it. I think it's nice. It's a solid comedy. Bad Times at the El Royale. I watched this when it first came out. I don't remember much, but I remember it being very mediocre. Just being like, just not all that. Just eh. Next up is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. My second favorite horror movie from last year. Maybe my third favorite. I think it would go Barbarian, Pearl, and then this movie. This movie's great. I get everyone's criticisms with it. I do. But that twist, I did not see coming. And yeah, this is just a really fun movie. With a great cast. Fantastic cast. Put me on to Rachel Sennett. And I love her now. She's in my favorite movie of the year so far. And if you guys can connect the dots, then please do that. Batman Begins. I don't like this movie. I've watched it 4 times. I'm serious, because I want it to grow on me, but it just can't. I don't like this movie at all. Now this movie, on the other hand, The Dark Knight. This is a good movie. It's a great movie. You've heard everyone talk about it. So again, I'm not going to dwell on it, but it is very well made. You got great performance from Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's so good in this movie. You kind of forget it's a Batman movie. It just turns out to be a Joker movie. Lego Batman. This is mediocre. I don't get the hype around it. I saw it in theaters. And I liked it because I was a kid, you know. And it's a theater experience. But after I watched it, after theaters, it's not funny at all. And it's just kind of boring. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that one. I like the Lego movie better. Way better. Chronicle. This is... I think this might be my favorite found footage movie that I've seen. And I just like it a lot. You guys probably know about this. This kind of blew up on TikTok earlier this year. I saw some clips about it and they got a lot of likes. It's about these people that go in this well or cave and they get these powers, and I'll just say that some of them flip out. They go crazy. I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this one. I can already hear it. Call me by your name. This movie's okay. It's not a fantastic movie. I'm sorry. It's boring, it's too long. There's scenes that are way too long. I did not need to watch a 5-minute scene of Timothée Chalamet doing you know what in a peach. Did anyone need to see that? Because I didn't. I'm not huge on that movie, and I thought I would like it. And I didn't care for it. This is the Own the Moments triple pack. I've seen these two. I've not seen this one. I love Napoleon Dynamite. It's one of my favorite comedies. Office Space is okay. I don't remember much about it. Drive. It's weird picking movies while looking at my screen because I ended up picking the wrong one. I have not seen Drive. I bought it because, you know, everyone who thinks of Ryan Gosling talks about this movie. And it looks good. It has a good cast. It's got Bryan Cranston in it, which immediately piques my interest. There he is. I gotta watch this at some point. I was new to this director too until I watched Neon Demon, which I just watched, I think, a month ago. And I did not like that movie at all. So I don't know if this guy's gonna be my style. I really don't. If you guys want to know why I don't like Neon Demon, because I know it has a fan base. A strong fan base. I learned that the hard way. It's slow as shit, and there's really no outcome after experiencing that slow burn of a movie. I don't mind slow burns if they actually burn to something climactic. Eternal Sunshine, I have to watch this again. I watched this maybe 2 years ago now. It's weird, but it's really good. A lot of people argue if this or Truman Show. I prefer Truman Show. That's top 10 of all time for me. I love the Truman Show. Eternal Sunshine's really good though. I can see why it's like beloved and quote unquote underrated. I don't really feel like it's underrated anymore. The Edge of 17. It's good. It's a good coming of age movie, but if I want to watch a coming of age movie, this isn't one I'm going to gravitate towards. If that makes sense. Has good moments. Pretty much, if you guys don't know what this is, this girl's friend starts dating her brother, and she's not very happy about it. Woody Harrelson plays a really good teacher in this. He's really funny. Their chemistry together is great. It's a fun movie. It's a really good movie. I think movies have just done it better. Fight Club, which I talked about in the last video, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna talk about it too much. But one of my favorite endings of all time. It's definitely overrated. This movie put me onto the Pixies. I have no shame in saying that. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's fantastic. I don't think there's anything I would change about it. This triple feature, this is one of my favorites in my collection, because I don't think any of these are on streaming. They might be now. Don't quote me on that. But you got the Friday the 13th remake, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and Freddy vs. Jason. The Friday the 13th remake is overhated. I actually really like that movie. I think it's good. It's really good. And the opening scene is so fire. I love that opening scene. And it's easily my favorite Jason, like, performance. Maybe not, like, actor. But if you want to talk about, like, this... Okay, I'm going to reword this, because I think Kane Hodder's the best Jason. The scariest Jason is in this one. There you go. Like, he doesn't care. He just full on sprints. And it's terrifying. I always thought that was scary. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake is terrible, but I still get some dumb fun out of it, for sure. It's still stupid, though. Clancy Brown saves this movie. He carries it on his back, and he's not even in more than half the movie. Freddy vs. Jason is a time capsule, but it's a fun-ass time capsule. It's really fun. There is moments that are stupid, like Jason being afraid of water, obviously, but it's still a good enough time. Finding Nemo, it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. Glass. This is... I don't remember what I scored this movie. I think I scored it a 3 out of 5. It's not incredible. I definitely prefer Split and Unbreakable on any given day. It just felt very bloated and rushed, and it felt like M. Night Shyamalan had no ideas to make a sequel, but he knew he had to after Split was so successful. Good Boys, it's okay. It's alright. Guardians of the Galaxy, it's good. Sequels are better, in my opinion, but it's still a good movie. I saw that one in theaters. Pretty fun experience, if I remember. I Am Legend, it's okay. I like this version with the ending better than the other one. I'm not going to say nothing about the ending in case you haven't seen it. Inception, I talked about this in the last video. I tried watching it 3 times. I think it's 3 times. Can't get into it. Not my cup of tea. We're not going to talk about this movie at all. I don't know why I own it. I think it was given to me. Justice League Doom. I got this when I was a kid. I got it for a Flash toy that came with it. I don't think I've ever seen it. And no, I don't have the Flash toy anymore. I don't know where it went. Moving on to the next shelf, which is gonna hurt my back, so I'm gonna stay on this shelf. Jeepers Creepers. I know about the director, I do, but I can't just like not love this movie. It's such a great movie. It's one of my favorites. It's terrifying. Great performances. Justin Long is fantastic in it. And yeah, it's really good. And this version I got came with a coloring book, which is pretty sick. It's got a bunch of different arts in it. I think it shows you, right here. And yeah, they have black and white versions of all these that you can color in, which is great. Jackass 3. This is the worst one. It's still really funny though. This is the one where he gets the PP branded on his butt, I believe, and that's a really funny bit. I think this is also the one where they go snowboarding down the stairs. There's some really good bits in this, but overall it's the weakest of the franchise. Joker. This is the Steelbook. Look at this sexy thing. I think I got this for like $6 or something like that, which is crazy. I like this movie. Now that it's like getting praised a lot, people are hating on it. Like, grow up. I like this movie a lot. I think it's great. I understand if you don't like this movie because it doesn't like represent people with this disorder properly or something like that. It's just such a well-made movie. I can't wait for the sequel. I think that would be it's gonna be really good. Knives Out. This movie's good, but the twist is terrible. It's so obvious, and it was the same way in Glass Onion. It was an obvious twist, the obvious suspect, and it was not fulfilling. It just wasn't. So yeah, good movie all the way up until the ending, in my opinion. Love, Simon. This is a comfort movie for me, for sure. It's a great story. And yeah, I love this movie. Another movie that I don't get sick of rewatching. I rewatch this movie all the time. And this is a special version that comes with the little book, which I'm not going to pull out, but it has all the emails on it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, good movie. And then they came up with Love, Victor, which is a show, and that's even better, in my opinion. Legion, I watched this when I was younger. I don't like it. I gotta rewatch it though. Moonlight. Ignore the library thing. I think I got this from a thrift store. This movie's overrated. It's good. It's a good movie. I feel the same, kinda. I like this more than Call Me By Your Name. But it's definitely, like, on the level with that movie. It's good. But I wouldn't go any farther than that. Matrix, I've only seen, like, the first hour and a half. Maybe hour. It's a cool steelbook I have. This is one of the first things in my collection. It's a steelbook. I remember liking it. I don't think it's for me. Now this is my favorite thing. Actually, it's my second favorite thing. Maybe my third favorite thing. So never mind. The more I think about it. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, I guess, if you want to call it that. People hate on this because this is the only, like, Blu-ray box set that we have for this. I think it gets the job done. You have all the way up until New Nightmare. And then you got 2 episodes from the series, which is really cool because that's not on streaming services. And then you got a little documentary, I think. It's not the big one, but it's a little one, like a miniature one. This is probably my favorite thing in my collection. I got this last winter when it came out. This is the limited edition Pulp Fiction 4K Steelbook. As I said in the last video, Pulp Fiction was my favorite for a long time. It's not anymore. Fantastic movie. Kind of a lackluster steelbook. Wish they picked better scenes because I'm sick of seeing this dance scene. Most physical media uses this scene. And most merchandise uses this scene. And it's just like, I'm sick of seeing it. I have not watched this yet, so I don't know if the transfer is any good. Get that digital code out. I don't know if the transfer is any good because I have not seen it yet. I even kept the receipt from when I bought it. Don't know why I did that, but it's not like I'm going to return it. It's also a Best Buy exclusive, and Best Buy is going to stop selling media soon. So that's going to be worth something. It has to be. I'm out of breath more in this one because I'm standing up pretty tall. I have a tall shelf, and these are on the top. The Ports You Lose, I got this because it has Aaron Paul in it. I have not seen it yet. It was like $2 at Big Lots, I think. Or some sort like that. Looks like some sort of like home invasion drama or something like that. Let me know if it's any good. The Prestige, really good movie. So good. It's about these magicians that are like competing with each other and they take it too far. Just gonna say that much. Definitely watch it. It's Christopher Nolan, I believe. Yeah, it is. Paper Towns, underrated. So good. I love this movie. People have a lot of criticisms about it, but I really have a good time with this movie. It's a great like road trip romance movie that has a great cast. I mean, look. You got this dude, which was in Euphoria. You got Justice Smith, which I think this is his first role. And then you got Nat Wolff, which is Alex Wolff's brother. And Alex Wolff is the son in Hereditary. You guys didn't know. And then she was the girl in Suicide Squad. They all ended up doing big things. Talked about this earlier. Pearl. This is the Walmart exclusive, which I took a long time to buy this movie because I wanted this version. I don't like the normal poster where she's standing in front of the barn doors that say X on it. I don't like it. I just don't. I like this cover way more. It's the same on this too, which surprised me. Usually when they do these, it's just a slipcover. They actually went all out. This is great. I watched the behind the scenes on this too. Really good stuff. Great movie. I think I like X more. X gets better on every rewatch, but her I've only watched once, so maybe I shouldn't say that yet. Rear Window. Great movie. My first Alfred Hitchcock movie. So good. So good. Honestly. It's great. Especially if like movies like Disturbia and The Voyeurs, they're pretty much rip-off of this movie. Pretty much. At this point, it's its own subgenre, and I love that subgenre. It's so entertaining. Super Bad. Great comedy. Really good. It changed comedies. I felt like this made like the era of like early 2000s. Well, I guess it was the end of 2000s before the 2010s. Like comedy era. You had this, you had Hangover, you had Pineapple Express, you had shit, there's so many more. I just gotta think. There's a lot more, but fantastic movie. I mean, McLovin, he's iconic. I talked about this in the last video. This is my favorite zombie movie, Shaun of the Dead. I grew up on this movie, believe it or not. I know that might sound like bad parenting, but it's not their fault. My brother likes this movie a lot, and I used to watch it with him. It still holds up. Such a fun movie. It's great. It's so funny, too. This is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Honestly. It's so good. I want to watch that. Like, right now. Same thing with this movie. So fun, and also my brother liked it, and I watched it with him a lot. Scott Pilgrim. God. I might just have to watch that dude's whole filmography. If you guys don't know, it's the same director. All his movies that I've seen are great. This is my favorite movie of all time. Yeah, I just laid a big heavy hammer on you guys. Sleepaway Camp. Yes. I already know you're going to say, watch more movies. Dude, this is so good, man. It's got one of the best endings. It's got the best ending of all time. In my opinion, the best twist I've ever seen. This is the Screen Factoring one, so you get this fancy artwork that you can reverse. But I like the original artwork. It's very like nostalgic. But yeah, great movie. If you've ever seen this, think of this like a Friday the 13th clone, but really zany, like way more zany. Like this is on like the level of F-13-5. It's on that level of zany. And it's just a load of fun. Great characters, great twist. The sequels are fun too, but they're not that good. That first one, man, it's my favorite movie. Right now, so far. So good. The Library movie. You got Swiss Army Man. I've not seen it. You got Searching, which I've not seen. I saw Missing, and I liked it a lot, so I picked this up. And I actually forgot I owned it. I have to watch this. I want to watch this. I'm excited to watch it. Split. I was talking about this earlier. I like Unbreakable better, but this is really good. James McAvoy is incredible in this movie, and it's worth every hype that it got. The twist, though, But that was also my introduction to not only James McAvoy, but Anya Taylor-Joy. Both great actors. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is my Blu-ray steelbook that I bought before I've ever seen the movie. I've seen it now, and I hated it on first watch. And then I watched it again knowing like what I'm going into, and I loved it. And it's one of my favorites now. So that's what I always say, because there's a lot of people that don't like this movie. They're like, it's too slow and stupid for me. Like, oh my God, Franklin. And it's like, go into the movie not expecting a serious horror movie. Go into the movie expecting a cheesy 70s like fun ride, kind of. It's kind of traumatizing, but you got to go into it with the right mindset, and you're gonna have a blast. Texas Chainsaw, the remake, and then the beginning, the prequel. I like the remake a lot. It's really good. The Hewitts are great. The prequel just like answers questions you don't care about. How did the guy lose his legs? How did the guy lose his front teeth? Jesus Christ, I don't care. And then you got like terrible characters, terrible side characters. And there's not enough Leatherface. There's not. He looks pretty sweet in that movie. I'll give it that. And then these last two I've not seen. Waiting and Wanted. And that is my entire Blu-ray collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this little thing. Please like and subscribe. Again, I'm new to this, and I'll see you guys next time.